Mary Me, this is Jen with Jenny Demonic. How's it going? It's such a pleasure to be here with you today. I am traveling to the West because the whole COVID is reuniting once more for group casting, for COVID casting. Now, remember, we had a pandemic. So for a good 2 years, it was very difficult for us to reunite and cast for you all because we live in different parts of the West, and we also had this crazy pandemic. Now that we are all vaccinated and we're fully vaccinated, we're reuniting again to cast for you. And so I think a lot of people really miss that. We were doing a lot of that in 2018, 2019, 2017, and people felt us. And then they felt like, oh, Jen, I really felt your presence when you were casting. I was feeling so anxious, and I was feeling all rattled up, and and my target felt the same way. So I felt the presence of the coven, and the fact that during the pandemic we could not do that was a limit. It was a limit, and we worked it through, but we're happy to be able to do that again. So pay attention to our Coven casts, because we're gonna have several Coven casts during the summer, some of which I will be able to participate in person. And I'm very, very happy and honored to be able to do that and to be able to cast for you along with my coven, because I know it's going to be a lot more powerful. And so we're just so incredibly excited of bringing you all these coven casts. There is an upcoming coven cast of which I will participate. And it is a new moon coven cast. Remember, new moon is the time of the moon where you want to start working again on love work, attraction, not tormenting, but sweet love, attraction, sensual work. The new moon is coming up, and so we're gonna get a coven cast that is super cool. It's called Get Him Her Hooked on You, and this is gonna be a coven cast that's gonna be like crazy, because we're just grabbing them right here energetically, to make them want you like crazy. And then again, the target has a mind, and every situation is different, but we're just gonna grab them and it's gonna be really fun. And we look forward to casting the Hooked on You to all of those who are going to be reserving. Today I have an interesting spell for you, and you don't need any candles. You don't need any ingredients. Disclaimer, I gotta put a disclaimer here. This is a spell that I was hanging out with a witch colleague of mine last night from another coven that's very famous. It's out there on the internet. I'm not gonna tell you who it is, but she's a friend of mine. And sometimes I refer my clients to her and vice versa. And she said, have you ever tried this spell? And I'm like, no, I have not. And she said, oh, try it. And I'm like, oh, can I share it with my clients? And she said, sure. And so here it is. I'm going to share this with you. And I added a little energetic trick, okay, to this. So all you need, and we're going to try this together. All you need is going to be your phone and your hands and your intention. Your intent of wanting that person to come to you. Your intent, this is important. Your intent of creating a new reality that is not the one where you are now. Okay? It works. I know that this sounds like the law of attraction, or the law of assumption, assuming that things will go exactly the way you want them to go in the new reality. So you're disregarding entirely your current situation, okay? Which is something that we should talk about, because even though I am not a law of attraction guru, I do feel that most of our clients, the reason why most of our clients are having a hard time is because they think about their current situation and their current 3D situation as the situation that defines that relationship. And to me, that is already a mistake, because if you're thinking at the current situation of your relationship, you get stuck on the things that you cannot forgive, perhaps about the person. You get stuck on the things that happened between you and that person, or you get stuck on the feelings of rejection, or whatever it is that you get stuck on. You get stuck on the 3D. And when you get stuck on the 3D, on your 3D, it's very difficult for you to create a new reality. You should tell yourself that these things are already happening in another reality, in a parallel reality, in a reality that is going to substitute the current situation. And that goes for spells too. Because what are you lighting a candle for if you're still thinking, oh, my God, I don't know if this is going to happen, given my current situation. Your current situation should not matter, because what you're trying to do, you're trying to modify your reality. Having said that, this is an energetic, it has an energetic spin to it. There's a formula. I'm going to put the formula down below, okay? Remember, guys, the ones that have been following me, last year we had a similar experience. We were doing an Anubis spell, remember? We didn't know about the Anubis spell. Erin found the Anubis spell, and we tried the Anubis spell together, remember? There's a couple of videos on Anubis. It's an Egyptian spell, very, very ancient Egyptian spell. And I remember asking Erin, I'm like, does this stuff work? And so we tried it, and it was just a chant. So you can try that one as well. It's right down below. Just put on the search Anubis and on my videos, and it'll show up. There's a couple of videos about that. That one works like an intranquil. It does work. In fact, I tried it on myself as well, and it does work. But it makes the target very anxious, because that one works like an intranquil. The intranquil is something sort of like tormenting. So if you want to torment that target of yours to think of you nonstop, maybe the Anubis chant is your best bet. Now, there's also another sex spell in my videos. It's the sex spell, no ingredients, the one where you have to use your tongue, remember? That one works like crazy. That one is amazing. It's an amazing little spell, and it's free. And all you need to have is your voice, your whispering, and your hands. It doesn't get any better than that. But that spell can only be performed with the person in your room, in your sight. So it has to be done in person. Cannot be done on video, cannot be done when the person is asleep. The person needs to be awake. There are unfortunately some drawbacks to the sex spell, no ingredients, okay? But we know that works. I've done that little spell so many times, and it has always worked. And believe me, if I can make it work, you can make it work. This one, I'd like to know if it works. Try it. It really doesn't cost you much. Now, I'm going to add an energetic spin to this. Because I do believe that the energetic spin does work, okay? And I'll let you know how it works for me, because I'm going to do it for me too. Now, the first thing that you need is your phone, okay? Your phone is the first thing, first and only thing. The other thing that you need is your intent. You want this person. You want this person to come to you. And this person has no choice but to come to you. Okay, you have to be like, oh my God, you want me. So you're gonna have to imagine that person. And I think I talked to you about this before. You're gonna have to imagine that person as with the eyes of that person looking at you, not you looking at that person, because we already know you desire that person. Otherwise you wouldn't you wouldn't be watching my video right now. I already know that you desire this person, but you have to put yourself into this person's mind, looking at you, looking at and desiring you, looking, oh my God, look at you. I don't know, maybe your name is Jane. Oh my God, Jane, you've got such beautiful body. I love you. You're so beautiful. You just have to imagine that you are your target, looking at you, desiring you. That's a good trick, because it's going to shift the desire from you to him. It's going to get you less obsessed, and it's going to get him more obsessed. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So the first thing that you're going to need is your phone. The second, you're going to have to pull up the photo of your target. In this case, I give you an example of my cat, because my cat is my baby. But you're going to have the photo of your target on your phone. Make sure that your phone doesn't go asleep while you're doing this. You want maybe to go on your settings so that your iPhone stays like this for like the next 2 minutes. For example, mine goes off after 30 seconds and I have to punch in the code again. You want to have the visual access. While you see this is already going, so you want to have the visual access to your phone with the picture of your beloved. That is not going to be a cat, and it's definitely not going to be my cat, but you're going to want a picture of the person of interest, of your specific person on your phone. And the picture has to be one where you can see the eyes of the person and possibly the smile of the person, okay? So don't take a picture of your person with the sunglasses on. You have to be able to see the eyes of the person, okay? Even though this is a cat, it gives the idea, because I feel that my baby cat has the most beautiful eyes in the world. Okay, so now you're going to take your phone, and you're going to take your phone with the left hand, and with the right hand, you're going to create a little cup with your right hand, Reiki style. Your thumb is going to get very close to the rest of your fingers, right? Like this, okay? So you're going to look at the phone and you're going to vibrate your phone with your hand. And while you do that, you're going to breathe in and then down again. Breathe in and then down. And you're going to do that about a minute or two. Then you're going to look at the picture of your target, and with the right thumb, this is the energetic thing that I was going to talk to you about. There are other videos on YouTube about this. It's a common law of attraction spin. So you're going to go with the right thumb at the middle of your beloved face, and you're going to go clockwise, and you're going to create a vortex, make it big, and go clockwise. Remember, always go clockwise for about a minute like this, okay? And then you're going to say this: John Doe, wish me, desire me, love me, desire me. Your eyes sink into mine, your body sinks into mine, your tongue runs through my soul. Light your vital fire for me, so mote it be. And that's it. Now you have said the incantation, which I will put below. You continue to look at your beloved picture, and you just send all the good vibes, all the good warmth, love, sensual desire to this person. If you have any animosity for this person, please make sure you don't send that. Just please make sure you have a place of peace in your heart when you do that, okay? You don't want to send any resentment, because they're gonna pick on that. So pick up on that. So you wanna make sure you're clear on that you want to desire this person and this person desires back, and then you're done. Well, the next thing that I suggest you do after you've done this, you just put your phone where you don't see it for about an hour, and you just go on for your life. And you just go on, you go to lunch. If it's lunchtime, it's almost lunchtime here, or you go and do something else, but you don't think about it. And you can do that, like, let's say you do that every night before you go to sleep. So you are sure that you're not going to look at your phone for at least an hour. And then see what happens to you. These are some of the people that I know in the coven of my colleague. They do that without the energetic spin, just by saying the formula that I gave you, that I just said. I feel like some of you might need to add an energetic spin to this. One, because I think it's a lot more powerful. Two, because I think that it gets you in the state of mind of creating, of trying to transition from your current situation where you're in to a new reality where this person can come to you. And I hope this makes sense. Again, for all of those of you who are waiting for, I don't know if I addressed this or not, I don't know, my dinner. So I'm so spaced out. So there are some people that are they are going to be connecting with me on Zoom. Don't worry. The fact that I'm traveling changes absolutely nothing. I'll still be connecting with you. Just be on time. For all of you who are waiting for my video readings and for my reporting, some reports are going to be out this week, by the way, I was told. So watch for that if you're waiting for one. For all of you who are waiting for my video reading, it'll be done. I'll send it to you. And remember, we're getting ready to do very powerful coven casts. A new moon is coming, so there is the get him, her hooked on you coven cast, which you're gonna want to reserve. And with that, I told you everything. Let me know how this little spell works, because we're always interested in knowing how things work for you. Because we know some of those work. So like I would love to know how this works for you. And with that, I leave you. This is Jen with Jenny Demonic. Bye.